So every year we enter the Ocean Creative Competition with Campaign, and we've been doing it for about 4 years now, and we've had some great successes. The Women's Aid campaign started as an ocean outdoor competition. It was the first time we'd ever heard about it, so it was very much an unknown. And then that went on to win a huge amount of awards, including a Cannes Gold. So, it was a great pathway to get your work noticed. We treat it as an internal innovation program. So we essentially borrow it, hook, line and sinker. So every year our creatives are briefed on it. So I know this is the first creative masterclass, but the reason I'm here is I'm a creative technologist, and answering a digital out-of-home brief is not just for creatives. It's for strategists, it's for creatives, it's for technologists, it's for the client, it's for the out-of-home, it's for the audience. Everybody's got a role to play. So people often ask, for some tips and tricks about how we keep winning these things. So I'll share some with you now. There's some secret sauce that we always sort of spread on every project. So the main thing we always do, and this works for every project in out of home, which is you speak to the media owner. So they know exactly what the billboard can do. They know what people aren't doing, and they know what would win or what would actually really punch through, because they live with these things. Number two is you've got to have a really good insight. So the Orca campaign that we've just done, it's not good to say orcas need to be released, that's not insight, whereas an orca in captivity has less space than the billboard. That's really interesting insight. And then finally, you need to work out, it's not just a billboard, it's, billboards are great, but only people that see them are the people that walk past them. So you've spent probably 6 months putting this thing together, and you've got to make sure that everybody else gets to see it. The passion that you've put into it is available to the internet. So, get a PR campaign, launch it on a day that's significant, get influencers down there, do whatever you can to give it an extra wide audience on the day. So what you should never do is assume, and this sounds bad, but you should never assume people care about your brilliant piece of creative, your brilliant billboard, your brilliant idea. They just don't. They're usually coming to a shopping centre to get their shoes changed or, to buy some, hair gel. They're not coming to interact with a billboard. So, you can pack it full of really cool whizzy tricks and whatever you want to do, but you've just got to be aware that people are walking past to do something else. So if you want to stop them and get them to interact or at least notice, you've got to do something different. Kind of question everything. It sounds obvious, but it really isn't. So all the things we've ever done have really got any sort of notoriety is because we broke the process, but we put it back together so nobody would notice. And that's why it was different. And that's why it was just enough different to get noticed. So when do we know we've got it right? I think we all know this. It's that, oh, that's a good idea moment. So it's that one-liner that somebody at a dinner party can get what you're talking about and be excited. It's not like trying to explain blockchain. They go, not interested. You just say, oh, we're doing this thing. They go, oh, that's a good idea. You know when you've got the right idea in the room right at the beginning, and it stands out miles out of the bits of paper and the post-it notes. So we all know this. We all know when it happens. So what's it like being in my creative brain? I think it's relatively chaotic, but it's very ordered at the same time. I mean, I've got a terrible memory. The way I figure it is I've got so much stuff in there, I haven't got the time to really get good memories because it's so full of pigeonholes with everything stuffed in it, just in case I need it next time. So I spend all of my time, probably until too late in the morning, just researching anything. And I'm like a dog with a bone on anything. So endlessly positive about, the answer's always yes. And then it's always like, what's the question? And then we'll figure out something. So, it's a bustling, really interesting place to be, my head.